Okay, so let's say we wanted to make something like this. The way you would do it is you would start out by sculpting a sphere and then each individual projection. In this case I made two. Turn the other one off, right? And then you make them pointing straight up on the y-axis, and then you look at them straight down the y-axis like this, right? Basically this thing needs to face us, the direction in which it's going to come out of the cell. And then you're going to say B, create insert mesh brush. You're going to say a new brush, and then switch to your other cellular projection, which is this one, right? And again, you have to look at it like this and say create insert mesh brush, and you're going to say append, and now you have both of them. And if you go back over here to your sphere, and what we'll do is we'll make this a Dynamesh, hide the floor, hide our polygroups, and then drag this out. You'll see it starts out and it's levitated from the sphere, and that's because our depth needs to be a little deeper. So redo that this time. That's a little too deep. Something like that. And we made this insert mesh brush with two different things. What we're going to do is we're going to make this, and then we're going to come back, make the junction a little more believable. Now I'm going to switch to my other brush, and you can either click on it up here, you can hold down M, switch to that, and so this is simple. Oh, and then we also have to adjust our depth here as well. All right, so let's say we wanted something like that. Before we Dynamesh it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit inflate, and I'm going to inflate these things to where there's just create this kind of false junction here between the two. So I'm just basically inflating them both where they join. Oops. One goes there, and one goes there. All right, and that just made, now when we go to Dynamesh it, oops, I missed one. Give my Dynamesh a little bit more resolution. And so now, if we, I'm just smoothing this around the edges, around the junctions. And of course we could bend these and do whatever we want to them. Isn't that neat? All right, so that's the cell we just made. And the magnificent thing about ZBrush is that I'm going to make this all one poly group. I didn't need to Z-remesh it again. I mean, now what we're going to do is we're going to try to Z-remesh this and get real topology from it. And this takes a minute, so you have to be patient while it does it, but it'll probably do it. It does an excellent job. So, just waiting. I'm going to have a pretzel. I'm waiting. And that's it. And it's done. And it did it. Isn't that amazing? Look at that topology. Look at that topology. Real-time rendering ready. And I'm going to have my inflate brush. I'm going to come down here and pump up some of these junctions, which I think need to be a little thicker. Pretty fancy stuff. Oops. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to subdivide it a couple of times to make it nice and smooth. And that's the model we made. And it is ready to be UV'd and animated and everything else. Pretty cool stuff. And you can save your brush. So you can come back here to your insert mesh brush and do save as and save it, right? And that is that. Pretty cool. All right, that's how you use the insert mesh brush in ZBrush.